everybody, welcome to Off the Rack. I'm Sal.
I'm Ben.
And I'm Tiffany.
Today we're talking about Batman Europa #1, but before we do that, two things. Number one, you might have noticed that we've changed couches. It's very nice. It's red.
This one's red.
Yeah.
It's like the ComicPOP logo.
I know, right? Who knows what'll happen by, the next year.
Oh, thank God. I thought you were going to be like, who knows what'll happen on the new couch? I'm
Yeah.
like, I hope we're just going to talk about books.
Pretty much we'll just do that, yeah.
That's good.
And also, it was your birthday.
It was my birthday.
Is that why you're eating cake on the show?
Yeah.
Could I get some cake?
No. It wasn't your birthday. It was my birthday. This is my cake. And I'm going to eat it on this show.
Fair enough.
Watch now as I eat cake on this show.
Okay.
Exciting changes here on ComicPOP. Batman Europa #1 was written by Matteo Casali and Brian Azzarello, with art by Giuseppe Camuncoli and also Jim Lee, with Alex Sinclair on colors. This has been a long time coming. A lot of people have been talking about it. There's been a lot of buzz. It's been delayed. But this kind of is the return of Jim Lee a little bit to Batman. I mean, it's obviously, Giuseppe Camuncoli kind of sets him up, and then Jim Lee knocks him down. It's very reminiscent of some of the flashback sequences from Hush, if you remember that book.
Yeah.
I gotta tell you, it's nuts that we have this, crazy, kind of out of nowhere Batman book this week, and then next week,
Is
Master Race.
And by the way, we're ending Secret Wars TLDR for the most part. We're going to be only covering the main title on Secret Wars TLDR to make way for Batman Dark Knight Returns 3, The Master Race TLDR.
Not only that, but it doesn't really make sense to do a whole lot of the tie-ins since we're already into New Marvel.
Yeah, it's over. Right off the bat, let's talk about the art because it's great and it looks amazing and holy crap. I never really liked Jim Lee's Joker, but this one really works. And I don't know why. And it could be because there's the presence of another artist, or it could be that Jim Lee's kind of refined his Joker. But from Hush, which I have to draw parallels between because we're using the original Batman costume. We're using pre-Flashpoint Batman costume here. So
Yeah, with the blue.
I definitely feel the old school Batman a little bit. But I definitely saw an improvement, at least a personal improvement for me, of the Joker design. Everything else, of course, is phenomenal.
I mean, the entire book looks fantastic.
Doesn't it?
The action sequences are great. The characters are drawn phenomenally.
Yeah.
I loved this Joker because he was so expressive and his face was... I don't know. They did a lot of range of emotions for him. It's not only being menacing, but at a moment he actually looked scared. And it was a side of the Joker I'd never really seen before.
It's
so
true.
It was very cool.
This is a side of both characters we don't really see very much. What would you think of the art?
Thanks. It's because I have cake, right?
Yeah.
You're mad at me because I have cake. I get it. Nobody wants to talk about the coloring and the fact that half the books looks like it's watercolored and half look like it's digital and it's blowing my mind.
Well, we know someone does.
It was really it's gorgeous, but it was annoying the hell out of me that I couldn't determine the line at times.
Yeah.
The line, because there's the line. There's there's a panel where Batman busts in Berlin, and that's it's watercolor. And then when they're in the back half, I'm like, digital, what's happening?
Yeah.
Would you say they
It's
crossed the line?
They cheated. This is the kind of book that just begs you to read it.
It's
begs
true.
you to look at the to look at everything that's going on. It's just check out all this art and how awesome it is because we made it gorgeous.
Yeah.
That fight with Croc was my favorite.
Ooh.
Really?
I loved how animated it was.
There were moments in that fight that I wasn't a fan of, I'll be honest. As much as I love the art, there were moments where I was like, what am I looking at?
I loved it when he said he would wear Batman's ears after he killed him. I'm assuming he means the cowl.
Right, but
because
maybe
it wouldn't
not.
fit him and it would just be a little tiny hat on top of his head.
I think that'd be amazing.
It made me chuckle.
Yeah.
Maybe he meant his actual ears.
Yeah.
I thought that too, but
fleshy
I
ears.
like it more if it's the cowl.
Just
because
wearing it
it's
like a hat.
There's
Well, not even. It would be it would cover this, that much of his
He's
head.
gonna wear them all.
Yeah.
Both ears, yeah.
Maybe just
both
his
sets.
head.
He's like, you know what? I don't have ears.
So from there, I guess we could talk about the writing. This was done with two different writers working together, which is the way I always love Brian Azzarello. When he's working by himself, I loathe Azzarello's work. In this case, I found it to be fun and interesting, and the characters were expressive and sympathetic, which is rare with an Azzarello book. That said, I was not really... I don't know what I was expecting with this book, because I remember it being touted as out of continuity,
Right.
Azzarello, kind of his baby, and it was called Batman Europa. And I assumed anything. I assumed anything other than what we got, which is just a straight-up out-of-continuity Batman book. I kind of expected it to be more like Elseworlds, where it's a European Batman. That's what I was expecting, as opposed to just a
Where he takes a nap and
Yeah,
has
has
a fast car. And...
Yeah.
Ciao.
I didn't know anything about this book.
Yeah, I deliberately
I went
didn't
into
tell
it being like, clearly this is out of continuity.
Right.
Because the Cut Center's not writing it.
Right.
I was like, okay.
Not only that, but like it's just he's in the old costume. That was like
Right.
the dead ringer for me.
Well, for me it was like the Joker's alive.
That's true.
I was like, okay, not continuity. Right
Yeah.
on. Cool. There were moments where like he's like, I guess monologuing.
Yeah.
Where I was like, okay.
Yes, I needed to. Like, I had to come back to it. There were moments where I was like, I think I know where this is going.
Right.
Yup.
Yeah, like
Let's
it
go
was just,
through it and see if I actually catch some kind of beautiful
yeah, it was
imagery
just
here.
like it was just it
Very
felt kind of
verbose.
weird. It was weird. I don't know. And like I'll be honest, the end of the story, like this book didn't go where I thought it was gonna go, and like not that really annoys me, but I was like, it was so like gritty, and then it just takes this turn right at the end. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
oh,
It
okay.
for me, I feel like it came to a grinding halt because I guess they just realized, oh shit, we ran out of pages. Because clearly we wrote this as a graphic novel, and then they decided to split it up.
Yeah, this would be a hell of a graphic novel.
It will be great collected. As it stands, it's pretty solid.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
The book started off in an interesting place where I was starting to read it, and I was like, I don't know if I'm going to like this story. Because it felt very much like a trope.
Yeah.
Like, oh, well, these characters have been at each other's throats, and if I could just tell you how it began, and then it begins, and I'm like, yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
But as it goes on, it's actually more interesting than I expected. So when I first read, like, the beginning threw me off, and I didn't think I was going to like it as much. When I ended, I was like, all right, I'm on board for this. This is something I have not seen, and I'm excited.
Oh no, that
See-
last page reveal, you're like, I've never seen this before in my life.
The beginning of this book for me was like a hey, I know some crazy crap going on in the regular Batman book,
Right, but this
but
is
let's bring it back.
yeah. But how
Let's
about
bring
just
it back
a
to the-
Batman
We're gonna bring
story?
it back to the roots.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so for me, it was comforting in
Right.
a sense. I was like, oh, all right, cool. Which is why at the end I was like, oh,
Yeah.
oh, all right.
Right, it's a classic Batman story, and then it does something unexpected and new, and I kind of dug that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, would we recommend Batman Europa? Would you want to read part 2?
Yes.
I definitely want to read part 2.
Me too. So there you have it, everybody. Batman Europa #1. A long time waiting. Finally, it's here, and I gotta say, it's been worth the wait. Can't wait to see issue 2. You can find a link to the book in the description box below this video, and of course, we'll see you guys next time with an all-new episode of Off the Rack. I am Sal.
I'm Ben.
I'm out of cake.
All right, hey, we did the whole episode, and you finished the cake. That's amazing.
Did.
Now you have to get a second piece for when we do the
next one.
better
No
one.
more cake.
All right, I volunteer as tribute.
No, it's still my cake. I don't share cake.
Will Ben get cake? Find out next episode.